Hello all, this is Barbara Mann from Your Empowered You, and welcome to our video of work-life balance is not a luxury, it's a necessity. So in this video we talk about why is work-life balance so darn important, why do we struggle with it, and what are some strategies that we can put in place to obtain that right balance. So why is work-life balance so darn important? The number one reason, it's for your health. So the more imbalance that we have, it causes stress. Stress causes health issues. So we need to really put ourselves first as to why this is so darn important. It is important for you. When we're stressed, we tend to get burned out. And you may even love your job, but that imbalance could lead to burnout. So again, this is about reducing stress, avoiding burnout, and it can affect your productivity. So the longer that we're at work, we think we're being more productive when in actuality, when our brain isn't fresh, we're not as productive. So having the proper balance gets us more refreshed, we're more clear, we're ready to go, we're pumped up. We start the day with just this refreshed energy that we can accomplish anything. And it tends to just recharge the battery. You're going to hear me say that a lot. It's recharging the battery. And when you're productive and you're balanced, you have a positive attitude. You see opportunities more clearly. It's good for your coworkers. It's great for your customers. And it's great for you, obviously. It's just a total win-win when you have that balance. It's great for your family. To spend time with the family and get outside of work. It's great for them because you have more time to spend with them. You can attend functions, you can be a coach, whatever you want to do with the family. You have more time with them. You have time for your hobbies, your friends, taking a long bath, taking a yoga class, whatever floats your boat. You have the time for that. And again, this is about recharging the battery and what inspires you outside of work, and feeling that sense of purpose, all those sorts of things to really recharge the battery. When you have these things, it's good for your overall happiness. Because again, this is about being in balance, being happy, and pursuing other things outside of the work. So I want to stress, this isn't a nice to have. This is a necessity for you. So why do we tend to struggle with work-life balance? Because we spend too much time at work. We feel we're too busy, we don't have the help that we need, we're working overtime, and then when it comes to vacation, we feel like there's nobody backing us up maybe when we're on vacation, we have too much work upon return, that it's going to stress us out, that I don't even want to take vacation because when I get back, I'm just too stressed out with all this work, and I'm thinking about it when I'm on vacation. And then sometimes we're bringing work home with us, whether it's physically or even worse, is mentally. So mentally, you are thinking about, oh my gosh, I forgot to do this. Oh my gosh, I got to do this tomorrow. And you just can't get away from work. And then some of us, when we get home, we're just too darn tired. You're so pooped from working a long day that you're too tired. You don't have time to pursue your passions. You have time to come home, to cook, watch a little TV, go to sleep, and start it all over again. That's the fast track to burnout. So what can we do? What are some strategies that we can do to seek this balance? Getting our work done the allotted time. Now, I'm sure that some of us are smiling saying, oh, that's easy for you to say. Now, I get it, because some of us have to work some overtime. What I would stress is avoiding the excessive overtime. So I had an operation, I managed an operation, and I really tried to manage the overtime. Now, some people may have thought, oh, I'm a big meanie, but you know why I did it? Is because I knew how important it was to get outside of the job and spend time with family and friends and whoever you want to spend that time with. I knew how important it is. It was important for me too. But I can tell you too, when you have a lot of overtime, the more time that we have in a given day, the more that we keep extending the day. So if you have a finite amount of time, people tend to get it done. They'll find those sort of efficiencies and creativity if they say that they can't have any more overtime. So another strategy is, at the end of the day, give yourself time to sort of wrap it up, and not leave yourself 5 minutes. I'm talking about maybe like 15 minutes to really wrap things up at the end of the day and have that sense of accomplishment. You've done everything that you need to do, or you have a game plan of what you're going to do for the next day, and you feel pretty good about getting out for the day. And identifying efficiencies. This is important because if you can identify an efficiency that, say, saves 5 minutes here, maybe 10 minutes there, that time really adds up. So think about it, you had 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there. There's 15 minutes right there. And if you start identifying these efficiencies and incorporating them in the process, you'll be really surprised at how you get your job done in that allotted time. So at the end of the workday, we talked about, having time to wrap it up. But another strategy is to leave your easy work at the end of the shift. Your brain's already tired, you're already pooped. Doing easy work at the end of the shift is important because you have a sense of accomplishment. So if you leave the hard stuff at work, your brain isn't as fresh. Your mind isn't as fresh. You're tired. So it's important to leave the easier work at the end of your shift. Reducing the office chit-chat's another one. So we're all getting off work and we're all talking to our coworkers, and that's great. But what I would encourage is just kind of keep it to a minimum. You don't want to be rude, obviously. You want to maintain healthy relationships. You don't want to come across as aloof or blowing people off. But what I'm saying is that reducing it, say, to 5 minutes versus 15 minutes, that's 10 minutes that you could be spending outside of work. So reducing the office chit-chat is, and not just at the end of the shift, I'm talking about during the day as well, can really save a lot of time. So again, that you can enjoy your time off outside of work. And all these things take discipline. So be diligent, be disciplined. But when you start incorporating these strategies, it helps you to leave the work at work and pursue what you want to do outside of work. So outside of work, now that we've got our job done, another key thing about work-life balance is, what do you love to do? Like, really, what inspires you? And seeking those things out that really pump you up and getting you inspired, whether it's family, it's friends, it's hobbies. Maybe you just want to have time alone. That's great. So people love to, read, and they're avid readers. But give yourself that time, again, to what really inspires you and gets you sort of pumped up and have that sense of purpose. And so the other key strategy is leave your work at work. Don't take it home. Keep it separate. Now this takes discipline. Avoid the emails, avoid the calls. It's important to set those boundaries. I know it's easy for us to want to accept the calls, look at the emails, all those goodies, but set the boundaries and let people know that you're setting these boundaries. If you're making this change and you don't let anybody know, they may be like wondering what's the deal. So let people know that you're going to set these boundaries, that when you're at home, you're going to avoid these emails. Now, of course, there's going to be emergencies. I get that, that you're going to have to attend to, but those should be the one-offs and not the norm. Enjoying your vacation. This is important. We had this issue when I've managed many operations on people saying, when I come back from vacation, I can't even enjoy it because I know there's things piling up on my desk and I'm so stressed when I get back that I don't even want to go on vacation, and, I don't even want to go. Well, then some people don't go, and that is, burnout city. That's the fast track to burnout. So what we did, and I know that maybe some of you have incorporated some of these techniques, you really, really want to enjoy the vacation. It's important. You've earned it. You deserve it. You want to have that refreshed, recharging of the batteries, refreshed mind, pumped up. You're ready to go. You're excited to come back to work. Well, how do you do that without feeling stressed that your desk is blowing up? You got to be proactive. So one of the strategies is you want to delegate responsibilities to one or more of your team members. So, an example might be that one person's doing your email, another person's attending to your physical or electronic mail, another person's attending to your voicemail, another person's attending to the follow-ups that you had scheduled. Okay, you want to make sure that you set your out of office that's very clear on your email so that people know when you're out of the office, who's attending to what items, and when you're returning and when you just should expect a follow-up. Same thing on your voicemail, same kind of instructions. And then also on your actual physical desk or on your office wall, if you have an office, put some sort of out-of-office document with your return date, all the backup instructions on this piece of paper so that your coworkers know who to go to if they have a question on a given item. And it's important when you're going on vacation, advise your customers. So if you know before you go on vacation that a customer expects you to follow up in the following week when you're gone, advise them that you're going to be on vacation. And if you know who your backup is to attend to questions, let them know that. But the more that you can set the expectations and advise people, communicate it with customers and coworkers, the easier it is for people to go to your backups, obviously. And they're going to wish you a happy vacation instead of being surprised, not knowing that you're not there. Set some boundaries. So obviously, some of us, when we're on vacation, what do? We tend to check our emails and voicemails, and that is not a good vacation. You get stressed out, you're thinking about work, so set some boundaries. Don't check emails and don't check your voicemails unless it's emergencies. I understand that. There may be an emergency, so I get it. But again, that should be one-offs. That should not be the norm. So check your emails, check your voicemails, and trust that your team is taking care of you. They will take care of you. Why? Because the better that they do in taking care of you, you're going to return the favor to the team when they take their vacation. So it really becomes a great team morale issue when everyone is helping each other out when they're on vacation because they know that they can enjoy their vacation when they go on it as well. It's like a sense of pride, right? When you're on vacation, I took care of your email, I took care of your voicemail, life's good. I can tell you, when we started incorporating these techniques in our own office, gosh darn, did it help morale. It really helped morale. People were happier. They were pumped up when they got back from vacation. And the team, again, had that sense of pride that they really helped somebody out enjoy that vacation. It's huge. So let's wrap this up in a bow. So some of the key points we talked about in work-life balance is, number one, this is not a necessity, folks. This is not, or it is a necessity. It is not a nice to have. This is a necessity for your health, to avoid burnout, to recharge your batteries. You got to be disciplined. So what the items that we talked about, this does take discipline because it's a matter of kind of reorganizing potentially your day, reducing chit-chat. You want to set some boundaries. So when you're outside of work, that might mean not checking your emails, not checking your voicemails, not bringing work home with you, whether it's physically or mentally. You want to create some efficiencies in your current process at the job. Again, if you can identify an efficiency that saves 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, reduce a little chit chat that's say 10 minutes, you're starting to add up to 30 minutes in a day. And leave work at work. So when you leave work, keep it there. Outside of work, pursue what you love. What charges your batteries? What gets you going? And maybe it's just downtime, just that relaxation. That might be what recharges your battery. We talked about having a great vacation, having a great plan on who's going to back you up, and delegating responsibilities so that when you get back from a vacation, your desk isn't blowing up all over you. That's important. So you want to make sure that the vacation is recharging the battery and get back and life is good. So the bottom line is that work-life balance, we have to have it. Can it be done? Absolutely. But again, it takes discipline. It takes a commitment. It takes a little bit of changing some time management issues. It takes buy-in as well with your team, especially when we're talking about the vacation, but it can be done and should be done. So I hope you've enjoyed our video on work-life balance and why it's so darn important for us. And I thank you for attending. For additional resources or to schedule a session with me, Please visit my website at www.youремpoweredyou.com or email me at bman@youремpoweredyou.com, or feel free to give me a call at 916-633-2555. And thank you very much and have a very empowered day.